Yeah, and if you're a fan of Australian players, then you're in luck because we're going to be casting this series. I imagine we're going to be getting into the winner of this versus Hut in the next round, which would be amazing as well. Also, a bit of a shame because they, like, arguably some of these players, you know, they're like top 4, like they have the potential to qualify, and they're going to be facing each other in the earlier rounds.
Yeah, but we are getting into lobby, and it's going to be Everdream once again for our first map. And, you know, somewhat, we are continuing the tradition of, you know, casting Protoss.
It's a good thing we didn't say anything. NXZ is in the chat.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't going to say anything. Right?
Wow, Ryan with the sneaky plays, trying to get some insider info on Pezz. Oh my god. Hashtag exposed.
Hashtag. Let me get Jeebus. Hold on. Stream sniper.
Of course, we do have a 2-minute delay. Just reminding everyone.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on to Everdream Ellie for this first map of this best of 3, and we're kicking it off with this player who is spawning in the top right, the Purple Protoss and current GPO champion of the world, representing Mind Freak. Give it up for Pezz.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Everdream LE, we have the Australian Zerg player representing Legacy Esports. It is NXZ.
Alrighty. So, just going back to Pezz, he did have a pretty good late 2019 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Still remember WESG qualifiers as well.
Yeah,
he won over Probe.
Yeah, he knocked Probe down. Yeah, that was. Yeah, I think we casted that actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we casted it. Yeah. Who else was in that? I was just trying to think, but yeah, like, so Pezz has kept on improving, which is really great to see for somebody in this region.
Yeah,
it's always good to see somebody improve, like, from where they were to where they are now.
Yeah,
and you can pretty much say about every player in this region.
I think we're in a lucky position where I would say we literally saw that happen to Pezz, like, before our eyes, because he played in GPO basically every week. So we had like a good idea of where he was over the course of the past months, and we've seen him get better and better and better and get better results as well. So yeah, I'm really excited about Pezz. I'm really happy for him as well, because it feels like he's finally finding his stride and he's actually like breaking out. And you know, this is a good time to be doing it as well, because it's lining up just as DreamHack is finally here.
Once that EPT starts going, Pezz gets her rolling. Yeah,
definitely. And yeah, again, not to talk too much about Pezz, but to also talk a little bit about NXZ. I'm really curious to see how he does, because oh, the Probe gets away as well. Wow, what a guy. But yeah, like, if you're a little bit unaware of the scene, like, we have a couple of returning players. Like, we were talking about Ender, right? That was the big one yesterday. But alongside him, NXZ, Hut as well. Like, they've been gone for a long time, and they're back.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you know, NXZ had to go up against Probe in the second round. Fortunately, that is the war of the seeding. But that is a Twilight Council and a Robo.
Yes, and it did get scouted.
There it is.
Alright, so we saw Psycho do this. We'll see if Pezz can execute it a little bit better.
Yeah. I guess we'll have to see, as that third base is about almost finished. Couple Lings are going to be trying to get into that main, but the wall is a wall.
Look at that, there's no shield battery, but there are 2 adepts behind this anyway, so Pezz, he is fine defensively, he's perfect. NXZ, he scouted the Twilight Council, he scouted the robotics facility, he didn't see the Dark Shrine. Regardless though, he should prepare anyway, you know, he did so against Psycho. I don't think these DTs shouldn't deal too much damage. I'd say they shouldn't, but still no spores.
Still no spore. The lair only just getting started now.
Okay. The War Prism is already moving out across the map. The Dark Shrine is about to finish up as well. There's got to be no detection. Quirky.
Yeah, but he's just going to get rid of that third base, and immediately there's going to be spores once those DTs are noticed that they are DTs. But, you know, the reason behind getting the Dark Shrine instead of, you know, going for that Glaive's Adept, before is generally you did see the Glaive Adepts before the DTs.
Yeah.
But now you just skip it entirely and just catch your opponent off guard like this.
Yeah, just get a free base. It's done. It's gone.
And with just a couple of slight cloak boys, we'll be able to pick up straight back. Should be up there, the spores in the mineral line. So don't think these DTs will be able to do too much.
But
maybe just go for it.
You could definitely argue that they've done enough. You know, they got a free base. That's pretty big, to be honest. And of course, I don't know if Pezz did this against Gogo Joey last night, but Pezz actually played against Ender yesterday. They had a pretty sick series, and he did this exact same thing. And it worked as well. He got a third base.
Yeah. Maybe it must just be a timing issue that Psycho had. Maybe he did it a bit too late, but Media Infestation Pit.
Oh god.
Ryan, please.
He's doing it again. It's gonna be a little bit weaker. It is off of 2 base economy. But Pezz needs to scout this. Without a scout, he's gonna struggle. He does have sentries. We should be seeing a hallucination scout any time now, but oh god. Who was it in the chat? There was someone in the chat saying they were torn. They love NXZ, but they hate swarm hosts.
MJ girl.
Yeah, MJ. Oh boy.
There it is. 6 swarm hosts. Still, I'm pretty sure Pezz. Yeah, he still hasn't seen this.
Oh boy. I mean, War Prism's on the way. It may get into the mineral line. But is it too late?
Oh, I should have maybe seen. Well, at least we'll see the Nexus.
He still okay, he sees it. He sees it.
Almost. So it should be starting to get ready, but in comes that Nidus. I'm pretty sure there it is. And it's going straight into the main. The army, they're trying to find where that
He's trying to find it, but it was in the wrong position, and spotter pylons were going down, but it's too late, and it looks like the Nexus is gonna go down.
I thought we were past this. I thought we were past this.
Yeah, I thought so too, but instead, Pezz is basically going all in. He's pushing out across the map, and what is there at home to defend? There are a couple of roaches, but he can warp prison the ramp. Warp prison, he can force field the ramp as well.
Oh, Ben said he just force fields all these roaches into a tight corner. Oh, how long on those swarm hosts?
They should be.
Not too long.
Yeah, and it looks like
the splash damage. I guess we'll see how well they go. They're going straight in now. Gonna take out an Archon. Immediate focus fire by Pezz. The Warp Prism Micro as well.
Wow.
And I feel like NXZ has to give up.
I mean, he's giving up his natural. He's already making spines on the high ground, but staying on 1 base, that I want to give the advantage to Pezz already.
He has the third base.
He does have the third base, but for how long?
Oh my god.
Pezz?
Non-existent.
He didn't kill the natural, actually, which we'll see if that comes into play as he is focusing down the third base instead.
Let's look at that economy, and oh boy, almost 1,200 minerals per thing, and oh my god, there's Nidus right in Pezz's face.
Yeah, oh
we'll
boy.
See the recall, I'm pretty sure, but I feel like, no, Pezz, he's just going to push straight into that main.
Like, this could be the trigger to go in, because that means the swarm hosts aren't at home to defend against this, so he could just go up the ramp.
Yup. Natural will finally go down. The Locust trying to get in. trying to focus down that Immortal, but it's not going to be enough. Will be power 1 pylon. Actually, we'll get the Immortal, may clean up these Stalkers as well. But then again, that's just a waste of the Swarm Host. More Locusts being deployed straight up to the ramp. The Warp Prism Micro there from Pezz. The Spines, they're falling. A warp in onto the high ground. The Swarm Host, they come here. But they are bare, they are barren. And Pezz, he's pushing for this Game 1 victory. GG is called, and Pezz is going to take Game 1.
Wow, GG, well played, Pezz. Look, he's like, there's a reason why this is out of fashion, all right? This isn't 2019 anymore, NXZ. Gotta get with the times.
But yeah, you know, just that, I think it was just unfortunate that the third base fell, and it felt like NXZ, he was kind of cornered into Swarm Host build, because that's what he was comfortable with. I mean, and you know, it's not bad going back to comfort, but when you're behind a base economy and you have your enemy knocking at your natural door, and you throw that Hail Mary play, sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, that was really good decision making by Pezz, because as soon as those Swarm Hosts popped out, Pezz just went across the map. He's like, okay, like I'm not gonna bother with this. This is gonna deal damage. That's fine. I know that you're not gonna have enough at home to defend because you invested so much in Swarm Hosts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on to the most eternal of the empires. It is Eternal Empire, and we have here spawning in the bottom left, the Pepper Protoss representing Mind Freaks and Melbourne. This is the Pepper Protoss, the GPO champion of the world. It is Pezz.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have the Australian Zerg player representing Legacy Esports. It is NXZ.
Ryan Goddamn Jones. I know, he put out a tweet earlier, as before I tweeted my tweet. He was like, hey, we're cussing NXZ. And he tweeted the bracket, and I think it was Premier. I have to see it. Just hold on. Let me try and find it quickly. It was, I've made contact with Ryan Premier Jones. He says he is coming, and just links to the bracket.
Jesus Christ, yeah. I mean, I don't know if he's streaming his POV. He may be. You know, he has been streaming a lot recently, and yeah, he's been taking practice pretty seriously. Like ladder, I should say. Like he's, you know, he wants to perform well here. He's back, and he's trying to take it as seriously as he can. But again, he's up against a tough ask. Pezz, I want to say he has the best PvZ in the region. I say this every time. He has better PvZ than Probe. I'm not afraid to say it. He has it. Just saying.
I know. I have to see Chase try and sneak some stacks. Drone past Pezz first, then we'll be the judge of that.
True. Yeah.
But still, I still think Pezz's PvZ is not as strong as. It is strong. I wouldn't say it's the strongest in the region. It's really hard because you need to compare multiple games against multiple players and how well they defend like a certain build.
Yeah.
How well they macro, you know, decision making. It's just, especially for PvZ, because it is like, and more or less it is in the Zerg favor. And there's Pezz's favorite. He's going for that Stargate.
Yep, going for that Stargate opener once again. We'll see if he goes for an Oracle first. He did see it. He does know what is coming his way. Unlike previous game, we do have Pezz not going for those adepts, not going for that DT. Instead, maybe going for a more macro-esque play, especially on a map like Eternal Empire.
Is it okay? This is the map where I've seen both the prominent Protoss, both Probe and Pezz yesterday, 2 different tournaments, pull out the 2 Stargate Mass Phoenix play.
Yep, and we could see it again.
Yeah. And I got a feeling it is going to be that again.
Yeah.
Once that Overlord is gone, we're going to see that second Stargate pop up.
Yeah.
And it's going to bring back PTSD for NXZ. Because Probe used the same build against him on the same map.
Well, you could definitely argue that because NXZ played against Probe yesterday, then maybe he'll be a little bit better prepared. And there it is. Second Stargate does get thrown down. And it's on NXZ to respond.
Because it's such a big map, you get so much map control with these Phoenixes that pretty much you can't do anything. Like, sure, you try to go into Hydras, but then there's just too many Phoenixes that are being made. And, NXZ, he needs to spot that it is this mass Phoenix build. He didn't do it against Probe. He didn't do it quick enough. But I guess we have to see what it is. And a nice target firing from that Spore. Trying to target down that Oracle. And losing 3 drones, so not as bad. And as he's getting his fair, but there's the Ling run by.
Yeah, nicely positioned here by NXZ. Goes in immediately as soon as the third base goes down. And
the Oracle.
SimCity, the Oracle as well. It looks like Pezz has enough.
Yeah, it's got 2 more depths being made as well, so that third will come up. They're still wasting that Oracle energy. So, but NXZ, he is going. Ooh, almost taking down that Phoenix with the Queens, but he said he is going for that Rotor, and he's playing pretty standard at the moment, teching into Lair. I think once he sees that mass Phoenix play coming in, I feel like he wants to maybe tech into that Hydralisk.
Will it be too late? Like, the problem is that this has been hidden for so long. Again, still Roaches on the way. There's no Spire. There's no Hydra Den. This could be too late depending on when NXZ figures out what is coming his way. To be fair, like, if there is a Roach Ravager push coming, Phoenixes, they aren't ideal to defend against them. It does take quite some time without like a proper ground army. So maybe NXZ can still find some damage with his Roaches.
But generally, you'll see the Mass Phoenix get paired with Archons, Chargers as well. So
yeah,
you do have a formidable ground army. But the thing is, once you start taking up to that Golden Armada, there's not too much that you can go for. And I like this deviation here, going for that Spire, possibly going into Corruptors as well for NXZ. So, and I think both of the replies I saw, both from NXZ and GoGo Joey yesterday, were the Hydralisk. So it's interesting to see how well Corruptors can try and counter this Mass Phoenix comp.
Yeah, I do like Corruptors a little bit more than Hydralisk, to be honest. It does take a lot to do it though, because if you're a Zerg player, you don't want to, right? You're already investing in +1 range, like for ground, you already have like a Roach army, like Hydras complement them a lot, so it's really tempting to go for Hydras, but as you were saying, against this Mass Phoenix, like Pezz, he fares well against Hydras, so maybe the answer is Corruptors.
We'll have to see how well that works out, but the Templar Archives is on the way, as well as +1 and charge and air +1 weapons. As now all know these poor drones know they were just trying to get to their new home.
Yeah, they do get picked off, and so far these Phoenixes, they've gotten quite a bit of damage done. None of them have gone down quite yet, but finally Corruptors are on the way.
Corruptors, and maybe, just maybe, we might see some not Swarm Hosts, Broodlords on the way here. You never know what late game tech is going to happen. I already see that NXZ may be a bit stuck in the past, so maybe you still thinks Broodlords are OP.
I mean, you do see like Corrupted Broodlord against like Skytoss, but we don't have Skytoss quite yet. We do just have Phoenixes and that Archon charged composition coming out. Yeah, maybe Storm on the way later on as well, but yeah, we'll see. It looks like the Corruptors are going to catch Phoenixes.
Oh, they are, but there are Archons underneath doing that splash damage. And with some nice pull kiting there, as is not going to lose a single Phoenix, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it was so lucky that Pezz had those Archons to protect his Phoenixes. If they were caught naked, maybe we would have seen a completely different results. But yeah, nicely done so far by Pezz. Does have a good army
I do like
here.
this composition.
Yeah.
The Lingbane Roach Corruptor composition. Look, already. Corruptors actually really not doing too much. They're afraid of getting targeted down by the Archons. But look at this. Immediately, because NXZ has got that superior ground army. Corruptors are now free to try and get rid of those Phoenixes. Even gets rid of nearly all the Archons there of Pezz.
Yeah, and it looks like Pezz may have enough here to hold, but it was an expensive trade. He lost a lot of Archons in that, and the War Prism as well.
Yeah. Look at this immediate defensive setup. Stasis wards. Yeah, Corruptors trying to get away from the zapping Archon. Is 3 more on the way here. Storm getting researched as well. That would be really good against this.
Yeah.
Just any clumped up Corruptors, as Baneling speed is about halfway finished, but that is a lot of Banes, and especially against Chargelord, Archon as well. It's sort of a yin-yang, but here comes the main clash again. Banelings trying to connect onto the Chargelords. There are no Chargelords left. More are getting warped in, more Banelings. But the Roaches, they're doing their jobs. The Banelings try to connect. The Stasis Ward from God itself is saving Pezz right now. As now the Corruptors. Oh, there's only 2 left, but 4, I want to say 4 or 5 Phoenixes.
that Stasis Ward literally saved Pezz that fight, that engagement. It was looking so bad.
Wait for the Banelings.
Oh god.
Oh god!
The reinforcing links as well. The army gets caught off out of position by Pezz, and there may still be too much here from NXZ.
Yeah, the Swarm is on the way. Morphing Banelings, but 2 more Corruptors do join the fray. It's 1 Archon. The Chargelots are warping in, but I feel like NXZ has to back off. Oh boy, what a fight.
And Pezz, he holds on to his 4th. I don't think he lost very many drones at all. He didn't lose any in that fight.
Yeah, I don't think he lost any probes, yeah. Let's take a quick look at that loss. 68 Corruptors for 5 Phoenixes.
Yeah, like...
That's the most efficient trade, but, you gotta do what you gotta deal with.
Yeah, and now Pezz, he's setting up really nicely defensively. He's throwing down more shield batteries, cannons as well. And now he has a much more stable economy to be able to deal with this army. I would love to see a 5th base from Pezz as well. As NXZ, like, he still has a pretty terrifying army. Like, look at his supply. Like, Jesus.
Now, alright, here we go. The re-engagement again. The Storm flanking up almost all but 2 of the Banelings as they keep on rolling forth. But I feel like there's so many Roaches, but it's 5 Immortals against us. All the Phoenixes are down. The Oracle trying to zap it as much as they can. The Banelings try to rush into the probe lane, but it's going to be only 5 going down. More warp bins, but I feel like NXZ, he's won this, and we're going to an ace match.
Wow. GG. NXZ ties it up.
This is one fucking hype match. I will say it.
I'm impressed. I'm legitimately impressed. Like, NXZ, I love how...
Lord, I've literally watching on stream now. Oh my god.
you were talking about it, right? Like, NXZ, he played against this yesterday, and over the course of 24 hours, he was able to adapt. He changed his composition, and that was beautifully played.
Yeah. Just absolutely beautiful. But there were at times like signs that Pezz may pull this back, but NXZ, once he knew, he's like, you know what, I'm gonna step on the gas pedal. I'm gonna go in at 4 bases. I don't care. We're gonna win this.
Yeah, that was really well played by NXZ, and yeah, Oreo even mentioning in the chat, like, I agree. I feel like Pezz, he's dominant in this matchup, but NXZ, like, he's making him work for it. speaking of which, also I'm gonna call someone out right now. Oreo,
Yep.
did you sign up today? What's going on?
He didn't sign up yesterday.
Yeah, he didn't sign up yesterday, mate.
Look, we know you love your casting at the moment, but even for the people who can't get into Masters like me.
Just saying, if Nameless can play, then Oreo, what's going on?
The third, fourth place getter from Briscraft not participating. It's just sad. Anyway, well, it is the ace match. Get hype, everybody. We are on to Death Aura, where we are going to speed things up. We're going to kick it into 5th gear, as we have here spawning in the bottom right, the Bethel Protoss, the current GPO champion of the world, representing Mind Freaks and Melbourne. This is Pezz.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Death Aura LE, we have the Australian Zerg player representing Legacy Esports, tied up 1-1 against one of the best Protoss in the region. It is NXZ.
Oh boy, are we gonna get anything cheesy here, Light?
I mean, on Death Aura, it's possible. I mean, there are speed zones in the middle of the map.
Yeah, and I have seen Pezz defend so well with one composition, which hopefully he wants to pull out here.
Oh.
And did use it in GPO yesterday. It's quite a bit unconventional against a standard like Zerg composition for PvZ, but still works.
Yeah, we'll see if he whips out something a little bit unorthodox, or if he sticks with the standard play. I mean, so far in this series, Pezz, he's had a Twilight Council opener, he's had a Stargate opener. We'll see if he has something else, or if he goes for something a little bit more standard. Meanwhile, NXZ, again, are we going to see Swarm Hosts?
I don't know.
I hope not.
I kind of hope not either.
I mean... Yeah.
Unless it's like well-established economy, then they'll allow it. But team-based economy, not the best play.
It's a little bit rough. But yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious to see how this goes. Either way, it's a shame that these two players are meeting in the second round of this tournament. One of these players will be like going down to the lower brackets. It's rough, but it is the world we live in. And either way, like, I would love to see either one of these players go up against Hut in the next round.
Yeah. And there's some Mammoth who's Tusk, not Teeth Yaku, showing. Literally, we had like a 2-minute conversation yesterday at GPO during the finals about whether the skeletons in the middle of the map where the like acceleration zones are, like up, like at the end, yeah, see? He thought there were teeth.
I mean, does he understand what a tusk is?
Yeah, that's what I was like. It's like, you know what that is, right?
I mean, technically, tusks are teeth, right? Like, technically.
No, they're like, at least rhino horns are. I don't know about tusks are made, or at least elephant tusks are made out of ivory. So, yeah.
Yo, we need people in chat. We need Twitch chat to figure this out. All right, we need some Wikipedia. We need some Google specialists. And are tusks teeth? And does it matter? Oh boy, we haven't seen this today from Pezz. He's whipping it out.
I hope everybody's ready to go.
Get your printers ready. We got Glaven Epps.
I miss Bottle Sleepers. 2 mattresses ready.
Yeah. I mean, we can make some new memes out of these maps, maybe.
Oh yeah, trying to. But,
there's potential.
Yeah. All right, so NXZ has spotted that War Prison going out. Yeah, he is getting that lair bit quicker this time, and is getting the roaches out, so I don't feel
Yeah.
Pezz, he does like to do this. He has done this on this map specifically, especially in GPO yesterday against GoGo Joey. We'll go for this mass adept play. That's not really necessarily do damage, but we'll gain the map control with the shades. You know, but not committing to that shade there, not exactly what you want.
Yeah.
Are you sure you get 3, 4 drones for that? That's all you're gonna get.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a questionable shade there. And he didn't even get that queen that it was focusing down earlier as well. It's still just barely alive, and it looks like Pezz will push this back.
And there it is, the traditional Dark Shrine follow-up.
Yeah, and I'm a little bit concerned because this didn't go anywhere nearly as well as I imagine it did against GoGo Joey, so NXZ, he does hold for now. He does defend quite nicely, especially since something that was I was really surprised about was that he didn't have any scouting overlords across the map, so he didn't really know what this was. I say that, but he did know.
He did see the Twilight Council and RoA.
Yeah.
He said, you know what, I got either one of two options. I'm gonna pair for both. You get that quicker lair.
Yeah.
Flower Constitution almost finished here, but that is a lot of adepts. And oh my god, he's not following the shade. Has he gotten that natural?
Is he gonna commit?
Okay, no, he did have army in the natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a lot of roaches, but again, this is what Pezz likes to do on this map, at least what I've seen over the past couple of days. So he likes to get that map control, but he didn't go for the DT follow-up. I will say that.
Yeah. I mean, the DTs are here. There are no spores. There is an overseer though, so damage is limited. Oh, it doesn't even get anything. Didn't even get the queen. Did you get that queen though?
You get that queen.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you know, NXZ, he has stabilized now, and okay, this is why is this so spooky? Because this is exactly what GoGo Joey did. He went into Spire immediately after the like the Glaive Depths weren't like too much of a threat once he was able to, you know, contain it pretty well. And look at that. Yeah, you can't finish that shit.
Yeah, and
yes, he is going for it. Yes, so he is getting that RoA support bait. This is the unconventional method that Pezz has been liking to do on this map. Well, he's been sort of liking to do lately in PvZ. It's unconventional, I haven't really seen it on ladder much. And again, I am low elo, and I do like this roach run by.
I was gonna say, like, will he even get to that? Because there's a lot of roaches here already at the third base looking to cancel it. There are 2 immortals, and it looks like Pezz may have enough to push this away, but he is forced to cancel his third base.
Yeah, and the amount of pressure that you can exert on this map as a that Overlord, I think, sees the RoA bait.
He saw it.
Yeah. Now the thing is it Corruptors? Is it Disruptors or is it Colossus? Like, I'll let you debate that.
I'm gonna say Disruptors, right? It's got to be Disruptors. You know, Colossus against Roaches. There we go.
I'm just gonna say right now, he does both at the same time.
Why?
Because once you get 3 and 4 Colossus, they actually do so much damage against roaches, because you're generally not getting that carapace for roaches. You're just getting that range damage. You're not so, and because, you know, your Protoss army is going to be a bit more upgraded in terms of like damage and at least +1 armor for your charge lots. It's going to be like Colossus just splashing that damage. Like, and if you have that buffer of like Immortals, Stalkers as well, it is actually quite a potent force that literally I think the only counter we saw from GoGo Joey was that Spire, but he only got a small amount of mutas just to, you know, be annoying around the map, but then went into Mass Corruptor. But the thing is, Pezz will have such a powerful ground army that Zerg is going to neglect that as
oh god, the disruptor.
Prism's gonna get. Oh, he actually went for the drop. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, he didn't do that. He didn't do disruptor drops.
Yeah, the disruptor gets picked off. The War Prism got picked off as well, and we'll see how Pezz can hold against this Roach Ravager Ling Bane army. The SimCity is really nice, to be honest, at the third base. But is there enough supply here? There are 2 disruptors to get their shots off, which, depending on how good they are, they could help a lot. Same with the force fields.
That's Purification going out, and look at that split. Does get managed to get a couple of Banelings. Nice force fields onto the ramp. No biles to clear it out. That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that Purification Nova was absolute money there. But the Lings, they do get in.
Oh, nice force fields.
Here. Yeah, Mike and the Disruptors are still alive. Banelings trying to crash in onto the main army, but look at those splits. Look at the amount of Stalkers into that natural wall. And Pezz, he's defending them now.
He's defending on both sides.
Yeah.
His third and his natural.
The meters. He forgot about the meters.
That was the one saving grace for NXZ. The Stalkers were in the natural, but they were just a little bit out of position, and 21 probes have gone down.
Ooh,
Jesus.
22.
Yeah, like, honestly, the defense by Pezz was incredible. I was shook by how good it was. It looked so bad for him when the Ling Bane were on top of his army, but yeah, it was nicely dealt with. Despite that, though, nicely done by NXZ. He snuck his mutas into the natural, and now this is anyone's game.
Yeah, I get into that point where supply difference. Sure, for the Zerg, it may matter, but Protoss, they're going to have the more advanced tech, and, you know, still actually keeping those 2 disruptors alive could be really beneficial here for Pezz.
Yeah.
So, you know, imagine just cut off a bunch of Banelings as well. And also, with that engage from NXZ, he didn't bile the force fields. He had plenty of Ravages.
Yeah, I think he did, but a lot of them were really late. I want to say that maybe he was microing his Mutalisk at the same time. That may be why. That would give an explanation for it. But what I'm really worried about is Pezz is being incredibly defensive, which I don't blame him. But at the same time, NXZ, like, all of his bases are completely, like, unimpeded. Like, he is macroing up heavily.
You know, some DTs could sneak into there, right? But now, here comes the sandwich from both sides.
Oh god.
The force fields. It's not enough. The wall is not a wall. The Banelings, they're crashing in. Pezz, oh no. Oh god. Oh man. Oh man. Oh god.
Yeah.
As the Blink Stalkers just taking those Banelings hits. And it's, oh my god.
Yeah, there are Stalkers left, but what a pure Stalker is going to do against this army? The meter.
Let me introduce you to Shield. Battery Shield Overcharge. Wow, that immediate focus down, and NXZ, he stunned it.
GG. NXZ takes down our most recent GPO champion,
Ryan goddamn Jones.
Wow. I'm sad that Pezz got knocked down. At the same time, I'm excited to see Ryan in form. NXZ takes down one of the best Protoss in the scene and will advance to face one of the best Terran in the scene.
Sorry, I have to refresh the bracket.
Yes, the bracket has been updated, and
that's the lower bracket.
Yeah, Hut did, of course, 2-0 Nameless, and he is waiting for his